how to do project restoration, even though I'm not sure how to do that. Okay. So I know I want to make it look better. I already removed a bunch of the skulk. I'm gonna need dark oak, which is not gonna be nice. But I do know where a forest is, so could start with the roads and oh, these are wait, no, these are 4 blocks up. I'm gonna clear out debris first, I guess, and then I'll figure out stuff from there. Deep slate tiles, okay. Fixing the road probably would be the easiest. I kind of wanted to add, like, that's where houses were? Like, dirt. But I'm not sure exactly where to put them. Guess I'll start with the roads first. Make sure that they're walkable. And could replace the skulk, but I don't know exactly what to replace them with. Okay. At least make it smooth. I already went through and made all of the, like, what was it? Not skulk bits, but see, this is why I have silk touch, so I can collect these for Iacus. I don't know how I'm going to explain that I've been down here without probably getting an earful, but I don't care. Maybe scared of Akhir, but it's... I guess I've just gotten used to that fear, so I don't really react to much anymore. Kind of desensitized to it, but it was interesting trying to run away from the wardens. I don't know what I'm gonna do if Akhir appears, but I'll just improvise like I always do, I suppose. I originally wanted to cut down here when I finished the bridge, but they decided to follow me. Because of course they did. I just realized this project isn't really going to be secret if I'm like a beacon underground. You know what? I'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. I'm gonna need some shears to remove the wool. Could also use some more, like, tough or whatever to fix that. I can use tough to fill these little portions. I'm gonna go get shears. Hi.
Why?
It looks sad.
It is sad. Everyone who lived here is dead. So.
Well, yeah. So the answer is stand there awkwardly. That's what I'd do if they'd appear. Stand there awkwardly, not sure what to say. Going towards or away? I think it's getting better at least. Ah! Hi.
Why? Can we have a conversation without you running off into the distance?
Nope.
You do realize that I can literally find you wherever you go. Is there a reason you're running away?
Well, right now I'm also just trying to get to my house. So I'm running to something, which is different.
I could help you get back.
I know where I am. I just need to get up, which I have.
Well,
Assuming
would
on
you
the
give me more of an explanation more than it looked sad as to why
It looks sad, and so I wanted to, fix it.
that you have no reason to fix it. You have no connection to the place. I just don't personally understand what you're doing.
I don't have a good explanation outside of that, so.
Well,
You have your things you do, and I have mine.
let me know if you need blocks. But I think my parents would be happy to see their shop at least restored, so if you need help.
So you're okay with me fixing it up?
Why wouldn't I be okay with it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yes, some people say that the past deserves to stay buried, but I'm not a follower of
Yeah, I
that
mean, I guess
saying.
buried is very literal in your city's
Yes,
case.
I still am going to find whichever god is responsible for that and have some words.
Assuming it was one.
Who else could sink a city that deep below the ground?
I don't know. Maybe time just piled rocks onto it.
That's not how 400 years works. Have you never been taught geology?
You have been stuck in an afterlife. How do you know that's accurate?
Because I had a life, and it was very much above ground, and I know that things don't just sink like that. That was elementary school knowledge.
The answer is no, I was not taught geology.
Why not? That's
Just wasn't part of the curriculum.
basic things about the world that you should have learned. I'm disappointed in your teachers.
You didn't have a reason to learn that kind of geology. So
Oh, you didn't have a reason to learn whether or not your city was going to sink hundreds and
Oh,
hundreds
I'm
of feet
sorry.
under
So
the
you
ground someday.
did. So you had the ability to know that.
No, but you would reassure small children that that wouldn't happen.
You're not
It
wrong.
didn't make any sense. There was clearly one of them. It's not in Atari's wheelhouse, and Aji seemed weak and kind of annoying, so it had to be one of the other ones.
How many are there?
That I know of. I only personally met two. I believe there's
Wouldn't that
twice
be
that much.
technically? Wouldn't that be 3? Or are we not counting Slate?
Oh, they're not a god. Not in the way that you think. But I guess.
I mean, I have very limited knowledge about gods, so a lot of things about gods wouldn't.
They were created by a god to serve as a protector. Would you call the creation of a god, if it wasn't as powerful as a god, still a god? I would say lowercase g, if you had to call him a god.
Wouldn't they still be lowercase g if there were multiple gods?
Yeah, I think you understand what I'm trying to say. One could even call me a god, as I'm immortal, basically.
We have no proof of that.
Well, that you know.
Yes, that we know of. For all we know, you're like me. If you die, you'll just, I don't know, pop up again somewhere.
It would
Assuming if that's still how it works for me.
I'm not anxious to test that theory. On myself, of course. If it was within the contract, I would be more than happy to test that for you.
Yeah, no, thank you. I'd rather us not test that.
Again, if you need help on your little project. I do have one request, though.
I'm not touching your grave if that's what you're worried about.
No.
Or
I
the
don't
other one.
care. That's an empty plea for my help when I was not there. My request is that you leave my parents' bookshop alone. They were very finicky about the way it was set up, so I should like to keep it that way.
Okay. It's a pretty simple request.
If you really don't have a reason, or if this is some impressive attempt at manipulation, but
it's not. Way. You have your ways of processing emotion. This is mine.
Either way, what you're doing is not stupid. I'm not going to thank you because that would be dishonest. I don't even know if I really feel thankful anymore, but...
Do you feel anything anymore?
Annoyed.
Yeah, that tracks.
I just simply don't see the point.
Are building graves, like, normal? Or is that just something...
You're assuming I would know? In my culture, it was definitely normal, but I don't know. Clearly, as with the whole pumpkin thing, I wouldn't know as of this time period. Translation, I'm probably not going to be that helpful on that front.
Yeah, that's fair. Just thought I'd ask, I guess.
Since you're always mining trees, you could use my tree farm. If you wanted to.
Not
out of the kindness of my heart, but it pains me to watch you break all of those axes. Perfectly good weapons.
Okay. In my defense, I've been using this diamond axe for, like, at least a couple weeks.
Yes, but to use it to just mine wood.
Yes, it's to sell to Fletchers. They like the sticks.
It's used for slaughter, usually. It's very good slaughter.
It's not just used for slaughter, it's for wood chopping. That lots of humans who have better, and hybrids who have better architectural skill make things using them. My words are weird, but I swear I have a point.
Buckley.
What?
How many stacks of wood did you just get from your little expedition?
Considering I was just chopping down one tree before checking to see if there are any backup sticks, like 1.5.
In that same time period, look at this chest. The other one.
Oh my word!
Yes, you can have those. I'm sure you'll be getting low on wood if you're restoring the city. I remember seeing the cost plans for any major renovation. Marketing department was always short.
I think they had to deal with whatever heartbeat monster was for a while.
The warden?
How do you know its name?
Because that's just what it's called. I don't know. I feel like I read that somewhere. Or at least that's what I've called it, because it's like guarding places.
Yeah. It's just, there is a lot of wool down there, so.
You know, well, you don't want to be walking around loudly in a city full of people with large ears.
Is the wool just normal? I thought that was just because of the monster.
I would assume it was. I don't know. What is normal anymore?
Yeah, I don't have the answer for that one.
If you did, none of us are it.
From what I've heard about those who I don't know, yeah.
To be fair, since the world is in itself not normal, no one really has the chance to be normal.
Normal is just sort of average.
Would you consider yourself normal?
No, I have not been that for a long time.
Were you ever? How does one be normal or average?
I don't know. All I know is that I'm not.
Maybe I was average a long time ago.
You ended up being a military general. I don't think you're average.
I wasn't just a military general. The military general.
You're only proving my point.
The top one. Well, I didn't really have much of another choice.
How'd you become the general anyway?
Well, I simply realized that people were dying, and I decided that I didn't want that to be happening, and so I trained, and I flew up through the ranks, and because of my ability to strategize, I ended up at the top. Which is why it was incredibly foolish, and many people advised me not to go through that cursed portal.
And yet you did anyway and have regret it. Or
Because
I
I
assume you've
trusted my
regretted it
friend.
ever since.
I trusted someone, and, well, if they were still alive or had ever showed up in the afterlife, they would not have died a quick or painless death. Is that the reason you wanted me to leave, so that you could go sneak off to my city?
Yes.
Well, at least.
In my defense, it didn't really click. What?
You were acting highly suspicious. That's why I followed you. I knew you were up to something.
Okay, first off, I needed to do those chores anyway. I was just trying to figure out what to do, and I don't like you being around. I'm always on edge with you around. This isn't new information. I'm surprised now of all times you assume I'm suspicious.
Should I assume that you're suspicious at any other point?
Well, no.
Then.
I don't know why now would be any different. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, also, mostly it was because as soon as you went down, I was on my way over, and then I saw that you were not, in fact, at your house, but very deep below ground.
Well, I assumed you weren't gonna, like, why you? I thought you were going back to your house. I don't see why you would be coming back to my house
to check my house, and then you were irritatingly brightly in some random place, and I got curious. And then I realized you're down. There's only one place down, so it wasn't that difficult a deduction. It's not as if I can help knowing where you are.
Yeah, it's not like I knew that trait about you.
Well, I didn't really notice it as much when I first got back, because everything was really bright. But now that I've gotten more used to normal bright, I realize that is abnormal to just see people through the ground. Or at least it's more irritating than the normal bright things that are everywhere. Well, I hope Atari doesn't kill you before you get at least some useful work done on the city, because that would be highly unfortunate. I might actually feel kind of a little bit sad if that happened. Not because of you, but because free labor.
It's also because I don't know what else I can do.
If karma was real, I'd say that you're racking up some pretty good karma right now. If that means something to you, then... oh, there you go.
I appreciate the sentiment, I guess.
Considering that you don't seem dead, I would say that this good deed is going unpunished for now. I have a couple of hunches that I want to follow up on now that I've. Being back in the city reminds me of a couple of things that could be useful later on. Well, off I go. Goodbye, Hockley.
Bye. Okay, it's kind of worried that they'd be mad. But they're totally chill about it. I don't know if that's better or worse. Oh, there's a bunch of deep slate in here. Can use that. I'm gonna give this to Kelp to Akhir, because I think it would be funny. Kind of want to rename them though. What would I rename them to? Should name them apples. I mean, it would be funny. Ooh. Make the bridge. Do they have like a mailbox, or am I just gonna have to make in their house?
Hockley, what? What are you? I don't know what or why, but here you spelled that word wrong. But here's apples anyway.
Spirits, that was so worth it. I should just get a book on puns so I can just mess with Akhir. If they want to annoy me, I will annoy them back.